Hi, it's the second week of May 2017. Welcome to my East Sussex allotment. We've got a busy schedule in front of us for this week. 3 targets to achieve. One is to complete the Castle Hill enviro frame. 2, I've got to get the runner bean bed ready. Saturday is open day at Plumpton Agricultural College, and that's where I bought the beans last year. It's not worth sowing them yourself because they're so cheap at the college. It's silly. And the last thing is to construct a fruit cage to protect my red currants and white currants and black currants. So it's a cold day today on Monday. There's a wind chill factor of 3 or 4 degrees, and though the raw beans can withstand a bit of cold, they don't like the wind, so I've protected them with some fleece. Also, I've working on the Castle Hill enviro frame, and I've run out of enviro mesh, so I've got to get some more of that. Meanwhile, I fertilised my potatoes using some fertiliser I bought from Poundland for £1, and a kilo box covers 7.14 metres square, which a 12x4 bed is 8.93, so I just use the whole lot on one bed. The enviro mesh arrived the next day, which is a good service, so I completed putting in the covering for the Castle Hill frame, and it's gone quite well now. I use drawing pins to hold it onto the frame. I've got some other ideas, but the drawing pins are working, so I might stick to it. And just before I put the enviro frame on, I sowed some swede and some bolt hardy beetroot. Enviro mesh frames completed. I can now put my attention onto protecting my red currants and black currants, and I started by scrounging around for some path edgings, and I started to erect 4 corner posts. But before any work can continue on the fruit cage, I've got to get the daily watering done. We also had a frost this morning, hence wearing the sweater. It's a bit chilly. The 3x1 path edging is a bit flimsy, but by forming it into an angle line, like an angle line, that angled shape, it gives it strength. And but first of all, to hold everything together and get the sizes and levels right, I've secured it with cramps, and I'll then go back, get the measurements right, plumb it all, level it, and then screw it together. And away we go. My friend and fellow allotmenter David came to see me. He wanted me to get him some discounted material, but I kept on working while he was chatting. Didn't want to be rude, but I've got targets to keep. I completed as much as what I could at the end of the day, but I didn't finish it. I got quite a few gaps that I couldn't cover with netting, and I'm going to need some assistance to hold the other end, and for that I'm going to need my grandson. Also, Saturday is drawing closer for the Plumpton show, so I must get this runner bean bed sorted and ready for the new runner beans. You might have seen it on previous videos, my template for the corner of a raised bed, and that came out of stove. And first of all I use these posts to line the bottom of the bed with its adjoining bed, so they all line up regimental fashion. And room is getting a bit tight now because I'm getting close to the wire netting of the fence, rabbit fence, so I've settled on an 18-inch path between the beds, and using the template that tells me where the first peg goes. I've recorded making these beds many times over the past 3 years. It's fairly self-explanatory, so I'll just let you enjoy the music and watching me working. Saturday morning came along, got there early. The show opens at 10, we were there at 9:30. These are the beans I bought, and this table was covered in plants. And within that first 20 minutes, that's all that was left. Like Fenians that were queuing at the tills. Depending on time available, and if I've got some interesting clips, I may produce a special video of the show this year, but we'll see. But after the show it was back to the plot, and also on Sunday morning again back to the plot and get this runner bean bed ship shape and Bristol fashion. The runner bean bed was duly finished lunchtime Sunday, which meant that I've got the rest of the afternoon to finish the fruit cage. And as promised, my grandson came along to give me a hand. Well, technically it's finished, but because it's a runner bean bed, I've got some adaptations. I need to raise it probably by another 4 inches, and a framework will have to be constructed to carry the canes for the runner beans. Before I could put the netting to the gaps, I had to infill some of the timbers on the cross rails so that it made the timber work flush to take the staples for the chicken mesh. And this is where my grandson came into his own. His nimble fingers are a lot better than mine, and he was doing the tying the netting to the mesh with cable ties. Well, that's it, all finished for the second week. So thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it, and if you really liked it, a thumbs up would be nice. But it's farewell to me, but please comment. I do like the comments. Bye.